So what brings you in today?
So I'm having a little trouble at work. My boss tends to pick on me, and I'm trying to figure out why. And I feel like it's because I do my job, like some of the other people at work don't.
Okay, so you feel that your boss treats them differently than you.
Yeah, so there's this one girl who is definitely the favorite at my job, and they knew each other. The boss and her knew each other before she got hired, so I feel like that's why she's the favorite. But like she'll be late on her paperwork, and I'm talking about like weeks late. But me, who gets stuff done ahead of time, she rides me, and it's just really irritating
Mm-hmm.
because I get my stuff done like ahead of time and meet with my clients and perform like better, and yet I'm still the one that gets crapped on.
Have you tried talking to your boss about it, or do you kind of let it slide?
I kind of let it slide and just vent about it, and that's my way of, I guess, dealing with it right now. And the way I look at it, once I'm done school, then I'll be a therapist, so I won't be in the PRP setting anymore. So it kind of helps me to just focus on the fact that just deal with it until I'm done, then I'm done kind of thing.
So who do you vent with about people you work with, or friends?
Friends, family, not people I work with, no,
Yeah.
because I feel like that would cause a conflict.
Mm-hmm. Do you think anybody else at work has noticed it, or?
Yeah, people have come up to me and says that she picks on you all the time and why, and I can't figure it out other than she wants me, she knows I'm capable of more, so she expects more out of me, but that still puts a lot of pressure on me, so I just try to do my job. Like, so we have supervisions once a month where you meet with your boss. So last week, she pulled me in and she's like, so I noticed you were shutting your office door more and staying isolative, and that's just weird for you. Even the clients took notice. And I was like, yeah, well, I was getting my work done. She says, well, where's the normal bubbly Mindy at? I'm like, well, you told me that you didn't like the normal bubbly Mindy and that I needed to work on getting my work done. So now that I'm doing that, now she's like contradicting herself and wanting the other me back.
So do you notice this person that you know started working there? Like, did it start then, or has it always been?
Well, that person's been there longer than me.
Oh, okay.
I've been there, it'll be 2 years coming up in July. The girl's been there a little over two years now.
Okay. And you said she doesn't do as much work as you, or
She-
quality of work.
It's more like she gets behind on her paperwork, whereas like we have progress notes due every Friday. Well, she'll wait till the Monday following that to get her progress notes done. Like today, so progress notes were due last Friday. I had them all done. She waited until today to get her progress notes done. So technically, they were late.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we have these things monthly where we meet incentive. If you meet incentive, you get rewards, but it's a group-based thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole team has to meet incentive in order for us to get a reward. And this month, if we meet incentive for April, we get 4 hours of admin time, which is basically like PTO, so you can use it whenever you want.
Okay, so do you think so her not doing her work will basically give you behind on like getting the rewards and
Right.
everything. So do you think she's realizing that, or not doing it on purpose, but just
I think she, sometimes she'll be unmotivated at work, where she'll just goof off and be on Facebook or surf on the internet. Whereas our job is, we're pretty lenient, like, people don't watch us per se, so we can do basically whatever we want in our offices. So, and I think she has that freedom and that capability to do whatever she wants, so that allows her to get behind.
And she has that like relationship, like you said, with your boss. So what do you think would happen if you talked to your boss about it, since she knows the person well?
I just feel like if I talk to my boss, then she might be even more hard on me, and I don't know how that'll go. Like, there's another girl I work with, and she'll get all her work done, but she'll sit in her office and like watch Netflix and goof off in her office, and it's like, it's just a bunch of crap.
So if you talk to your boss, you think it'd be worse, but do you think she's not necessarily, like you said, she might be picking on you, but you think it's for you to not work harder because you're doing so much work, but just keep you more motivated, or just kind of because you're the only one who seems to be doing the most work,
I don't want to say I'm doing the most work.
getting it ahead of time?
So on our team, there's 6 counselors, 1 case manager, and then the boss.
Mhm.
So like out of the 6 counselors, I'd say 3 of us get our work done like ahead of time, and the other 3 like either wait to the last minute or they're late submitting their work. Like our boss sent out an email today stating how far we were behind to meet incentive for tomorrow, and like she does it on a percentage rate. So we've got progress notes, treatment plans, and individual contact meetings. Well, we're 90% done on progress notes, which means we met incentive for that. So then you got treatment plans, we were 88%, and you got to be 100. And then individual contact meetings, we were like 85, and you got to be 90. So we had today and tomorrow in order to meet that incentive.
So the people that were like kind of behind were trying to pick it up, I guess, today
Right,
and tomorrow,
today,
just
tomorrow.
to get they wait till the last minute
Right.
kind of thing. So have you tried talking to the people that you seem to be doing the same amount of work with?
Right,
or-
we- We talk and we have staff meetings every Tuesday. So like during the staff meetings, we'll bring it up, and the other one, the one who I'm talking about, that's like the problem. She gets really emotional. I don't cry, like. So it's like awkward, and nobody really talks to her about that because she cries at the drop of a hat. So.
So it'd be difficult to bring it up to her, just
Right.
yeah. So you're trying to write it out because you know you're not going to be in that position for
Right.
much longer.
And like I enjoy my job because of the clients. Like they're the reason I'll stay there currently. You know, so I just write it out thinking, you know, not that much longer and then I'll be on the clinic side of things as a therapist.
Mhm. So what do you think you could do besides writing it out? And since you seem to think that talking to your boss would not make it worse, but you put more pressure on you, I guess would be.
I mean, I thought about talking to my boss.
Mhm.
I just don't know how that would play out because, I mean, people have brought it to my attention before that you seem like the one they shit on and the one she picks on. So why don't you talk to her? And I don't know. I guess I have that kind of weird complex when it comes to authority figures. I just do what I have to do and, you know, don't address it.
You know what you need to do, just focus on yourself kind of thing and not.
Right.
So if other people have noticed that, have you thought about talking with them with your boss, like kind of together, or it's more of a you?
I didn't think about that. I feel like that might, I don't know, make my boss feel intimidated. I don't know.
Because you would have, I see what you're saying, but you'd have somebody that
Would be in
and
my
you're
corner.
not, you're not
Right.
making it up, or just because maybe you quote don't like her, or
Right, that they witness it too, more than just me. Yeah, that's a good idea. I can definitely do that.
So, what would be your ideal outcome, I guess, for this?
My ideal outcome.
Besides getting through it and being a therapist, like you said.
I guess working in a less stress environment, because I feel like there's so much pressure put on me to get things done and above average more than just average. Because like we teach classes, so like this week I teach community living skills class in recovery, and I'm one of the things she compliments me on all the time is I'm very creative in coming up with class ideas. So like this Thursday I'm going to teach them how to make the walking taco thing. I don't know if you know what that is. But like trying to incorporate food and helping them cook and do other things, and because community living skills, you know, it's a broad topic. So I don't know. I try to help them out as much as I can.
So do you create these like classes, or does she like assign them for each person to like teach?
When we got hired, you were assigned 2 classes to teach. So my 2 classes are community living skills and recovery. So recovery is like mental health recovery. So I teach on Thursdays and Fridays.
So that is just you like.
Right, those are
Okay.
my two classes.
Okay, because I was thinking if you could like delegate like something, but if it's just you, that would be.
Right, difficult.
Mm-hmm. So she's putting, so each person teaches like 2 classes, so it's like interesting.
Like the one I'm talking about, that's the
Mhm.
problem. She teaches mindfulness and art. So
Okay.
she's got kind of like relatively easy classes to teach, because
Mhm.
art, she can just print out coloring pages, and they can just color. That's what she does majority of the time.
So she was assigned that one.
Right.
I see. So it seems like she has it more easy, I guess, because she knows like.
That's kind of how I take it, yes.
And that's what other people have said too. So yeah, I would suggest like seeing if you could talk to other people and seeing, since they have come up to you and been like, so have they given you any suggestions or just
To talk to the boss. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
everybody said that to me. My parents, my friends, people at work. So
They might just want to see the outcome too.
right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that would be a good starting point, I would think. And then I would say that you know that like the boss isn't like making you the problem. She's like having her own problem, I guess, because she realizes that you're like go above and beyond and everything. So I guess
Right.
she kind of makes you the ideal.
And like if people call out sick, I'm the first person they come to. Somebody calls out and we need coverage for something, it's Mindy, can you do this? And of course, I generally say yes. So, and I think that's why, because I am the first to jump and I'll do anything, so.
So that might be where that stems from, because she knows that she can rely on you even if
Right.
you don't want to do something or anything. So I would say maybe not push back, but maybe say no once in a while. If you really can't do it, then
Right.
or if you have too much time.
And like today, so I tried that today. We had a staff member call out and we needed coverage for, they play bingo on Mondays. So we needed coverage for bingo and then coverage for take home. And I went to her first thing in the morning and I said, can I be last resort for coverage? Because I've been covering a lot lately. And she goes, can you do bingo today? That was the first question out of her mouth after I said that. And I said, I mean, I'd rather not, since I've covered a lot.
Mm-hmm.
She said, oh, you're right, there's all these people that can cover today, your last resort. But just like the first thing out of her mouth after I said that was, can you cover bingo?
After you told her I don't want her, basically.
And so, yeah.
She might have it like ingrained in her brain, like just you always like she knows you're gonna do something.
Right.
So I would say yeah, every now and then do that, because I feel like I have the same thing. Like I say yes if somebody asks me to do something, I'll be like yeah okay, even if I have a ton on my plate or
Right.
doing something else, because I'm quote unquote I guess people please.
Right, you got
Just
it.
to
I'm
get
a
it.
people pleaser to a T.
Mhm. So how long did you say this is going on since you started, or a little after?
I'd say it's been going on for about a year.
Oh, okay. And when did people start noticing it? Like a couple.
I'd say probably close to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do everybody you says talk to the boss and everything.
And I'm also dating somebody I work with now, which is kind of challenging in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
So,
In like the same position or
no,
similar?
we're in different buildings.
Oh, okay.
But during my supervision, my boss brought that up. She says, so how are you balancing working and dating somebody you work with? So
Oh,
she
so
like
she-
tries to dive into my personal life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like she tries to be your friend more than a boss.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's why she, with that person she's already in a relationship with, she's trying to
Right.
make them stay so she can have possibly like another body in there just to do work but
Right.
be friendly first.
And I'm pretty
then-
sure that's how she got hired. Like they went to school together. So
a little, not nepotism, but
yeah, it's,
Yeah.
it's something.
So yeah, I would say talk to friends and well the people you work with because your friends want you to possibly
Right.
they just don't want to see the outcome. I would say and see what happens.
Right.
So it's good thing you like your job and you're aware that you got however many years, like 2 years left. So do you want to stay there at the same
Well, so the thing is, like the PRP, which is where I work now,